What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Hoopz Junkiez Podcast. I'm your host, Marcus. We got my brother, AB. What's up, AB?
What up, people?
And we got our other brother, our favorite hater from the Golden State, Hot Take Jay. What's happening, baby? See,
what time it is?
I kept it on the low.
I need something else besides AB. No. I get mad every time you get all this energy introducing this fool.
Man, come on. I'm in the rhythm. That's part of my rhythm is to kind of bring it up a little bit. I did it to introduce him when he first started with us on the podcast because he was a guest, and I just kept that same. Yeah, it stuck. So it sounds good too. I know he know it's kind of helping him with his whole brand thing that he got going on. Favorite hater from the Golden State. It's catchy.
It is.
It's catchy.
I appreciate it.
And he's a hater. So I need something catchy for me that I'm asking y'all boys to like hook me up with a nickname instead of just saying, I ain't never felt like my real name was lame until now, Marcus.
Bland.
I need y'all help with that, yeah. So anyway, we got a few topics we want to get into for this podcast. The first one being the All-Star SNUBS. We got everything set. We got our starters for the East and the West. We got our bench players. And then we got some players that didn't get chosen for the All-Star game. Or maybe they should have been starters and they got snubbed on the starting role. But I know AB had some specifics that he wanted to discuss. What's up? What's
well, can we first outline the criteria, right? If it's winning, stats, and popularity, like is it 60% winning? Is it 30% stats? Is it 10% popularity?
It's just what you feel.
It's a combination of that.
Is it the eye test?
Because that's what when you.
So when we're talking reserves, though, it's one thing when we're talking starters, right? It just comes down to a popularity contest a lot of times. Yeah. But when we're talking reserves, this is the coaches.
Yeah.
On that.
Yeah.
So when the coaches either, apparently don't get it right or seem to just, you wonder what they're looking at. So I'm gonna go to the first one that just jumped out to me, leaped off the screen was Devin Booker.
Bro, let me tell you. Hold on, Aaron. I sat there. It came across the thing 30 minutes ago. I saw Chris Paul's name on there. I looked at the rest of the 7. And I immediately typed in Devin Booker, ESPN, NBA stats. Pull up his thing. I'm looking at his stats, and I'm like, wow, Chris Paul over Devin Booker? I'm just going to leave it at that. Let you finish your thing. But that was my knee-jerk reaction when I saw that.
So Devin Booker been hooping for the last few years. Everybody know in the last couple of years, you get people come out almost an outrage over how has this dude been left off of the All-Star team.
Dame Lillard like 3 years in a row.
Yeah, granted he's losing. Granted they were losing in Phoenix, but then anyone that's actually watching the games can be like he's doing all he could do. It's a bad run organization. He's stuck. It's a lot of players that's been stuck in just bad situations. But he's out here hooping and balling, and all of his peers recognize it. They all recognize it. The fans recognize it. And then the argument for why he was being left off was they're not winning, right? So then if we're going to go with they're not winning for all these other years when you left them off, they're like, he got good stats, but we need more wins. And now
they're getting more wins.
And they're winning 66%
and they still choose Chris Paul over him. That's how it's to some level it's a popularity contest. It's a popularity contest. There's no reason why Devin Booker shouldn't be making more All-Star games than what he is, especially getting beat out by Chris Paul.
Bro, you know what it's like? If I was Devin Booker, I'd feel like it's Mother's Day, right? And me and my brother, like I spent 8 hours making this meal, smoking meat, creating gumbo, whatever. I slaved for this thing. And then my brother comes and picks it up and drops it off at my mama's house for Mother's Day. And he get all the credit.
So
that's messed up.
How does that work,
bro? It ain't that simple though, because so on one hand, I do like you want to obviously Chris Paul presence is making the big difference.
True, it is,
and whether his stats show it or not, his presence on that team.
I did that just to show y'all my waves just now. I was like, frauding, like I was picking some lint off my shirt, but really I wanted to show y'all my waves. Go ahead,
It's
AB.
a Dramamine. Get your Dramamine out.
Chris Paul is out here, and he's a vet's vet, and his presence and his, on the team, literally, I said it before the season started, they're gonna be a playoff team with Chris Paul as long as he stay healthy. And with all that said, it's a slap in the face.
It is.
To Devin Booker, it's a slap.
It's a pimp slap.
Chris Paul gets to go, and you watch any Phoenix games, Chris Paul gets to go down so many possessions, just go stand in the corner, watch Devin Booker work, pick his spots, and be like, all right, I'm going to take over here. I'm going to assert myself here. And they don't go necessarily as Chris Paul go.
But the thing is, so what does Devin Booker need to do in order to get his props and be selected for something like an All-Star game, even if
he's about to.
What does he need to do?
He's about to get the half-ass one from Anthony Davis being out.
Yeah, I would almost guarantee you, when Anthony Davis missed his All-Star game, that Devin Booker's the first call-up, like he was the last time. He made it his first appearance. He was a call-up, an injury replacement. And then the one that gets me, and I wouldn't be surprised if this happens again this year, is when you make an All-NBA team and you wasn't an All-Star. that ain't the biggest indictment.
Yeah.
That's the favorite one.
You know what Devin Booker needs to do? He needs to get a marketing team around him.
Some State
for him
Farm
for he need to do something. I'm sure that Chris Paul is on his team. I'm sure he in some State Farm commercials that you would only see if you were in Phoenix. But he needs more than that. Devin Booker, man, he's a heck of a player, and I don't think that's emphasized enough. I don't think he's publicized enough. He needs to get some Gatorade commercials, whatever shoe company that he's affiliated with. He need to get some of those national commercials on TV just to kind of put himself out there, because he's been balling for a long time. Time.
I'm gonna jump,
and this is crazy.
If you jump to the Eastern Conference, you got Zach LaVine that made
it.
They ain't the same guy.
Yeah.
But Devin has put in more work.
Yeah.
Well, no. See, that was my next point, which was maybe they should just not have 12 for the West and 12 for the East, because there's a couple of guys who shouldn't be on. And if I was really taking 24 people and I was kicking 3 people off, I would be pulling 3 from the East and replacing some snubs. But so my
3 of them you're pulling off?
2 that I'm swapping out for the East. So 3 total. But for me, my biggest snub, it's a toss-up between, so Devin Booker is the biggest snub. But for the sake of having a second and a third one, I couldn't decide between Van Vliet, whatever, and Sabonis. And I would kick them both. I'd kick Ben Simmons and Vucevic off for Sabonis and Van Vliet. And Aaron, if you need to go double check real quick, go look at his numbers and look at where they're at.
No, I like Sabonis.
Van Vliet.
Oh, the only thing about Van Vliet is they got off to a really
bad, but now they're 500. They're in the playoffs, and his stats, dude, he's 20, 24 and a half, and 6.5. And they're in the playoffs, and he's the guy.
I know I keep jumping back conferences, but I have somebody that I would remove before Chris Paul in the West.
Who's that?
Zion.
It's 25 something.
If we're voting, if the coaches are voting,
Zion 25 points.
I know he's hooping, but Devin Booker been hooping. And what did we just say? They held it against Devin Booker for all these years. He can't get in,
but you just said
he should get in.
But you just said you would remove him off the All-Star roster before Chris Paul.
Because they suck. The Pelicans. The Pelicans came in and had so much.
So you going off of the team? You going off the team's success too, as far as
I'm going against. I'm going off precedent too. Precedent has said that we reward winning, especially the coaches, the reserve vote. It's one thing for the starting vote to just be like popularity contest. Got it. Put the best people in, that the fans and that's what the game's supposed to be about. But when the coaches are recognizing people, team success and stat, it all gotta go into one. And when you have this guy who has put in work, Devin Booker in this case has put in work. I don't want to sneeze on Chris Paul's impact on the turnaround.
Yeah, but you're really so Devin Booker is the locked in one. So the one you're talking about when you say Zion, you're talking about Zion over Chris Paul is what you're really saying. Yeah. Because Booker should have been a shoo-in.
Yeah. Why is Zion in there in y'all's opinion at this point? Even though his team,
you know why? Is because he's got the stats and he's got the popularity. And that's why I prefaced this whole conversation before we even jumped off. What is the criteria? Is it 50% winning? Is it 50% stats? Is it 50% popularity?
Do you think
3 boxes
are voting on popularity?
Popularity, politics, whatever it is, Zion has it. It could be the league fraudulating coaches' votes and saying, "Oh, Zion made it in with the coaches' votes, but he really didn't." The league.
You think they would do that, bro?
The league.
I don't put stuff past him.
I'm a
conspiracy
theorist. He is. Aaron's the conspiracy theory guy. That's not really me, but if you told me it happened, I wouldn't be naive towards it either.
Yeah, I think Zion is in it because the league has they've been waiting for another superstar to come in and fill that face of the league like LeBron James is. LeBron James on his way out at some point, and they want Zion to be the well-marketed person.
It's a rude awakening because
it's bad when you do it too early.
Yeah,
it is.
And
you can't. He's not. But this is when they got a losing record.
It's an obvious play, but we're gonna leave that one there. So, thank you for watching the Hoopz Junkiez Podcast. If you enjoyed the video, make sure that you like, subscribe, and comment down below. Also, if you want to check out a few more clips, make sure that you hit the bell notification so that you're alerted whenever we post a new video.